Again, my apologies to the online people for taking all this time to try to make this thing work. But if I don't turn the projector on first, this little blue thing covers up the screen and it won't let me go back and start it later. So be it. That's life. Is it up there? Well, it's getting there. Let's pray. Father, thank you for this time we have together. I ask your blessing on these students as we work through this practice test. Help them to think clearly and be well prepared for the exam on Friday. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. We're on page 101 if you're wondering where we are. Why couldn't it connect? It's there now. All right. Who knows? Has a mind of its own. You got that right. All right. Well, it looks like we're on our way. Page 101, Chapter 2, Practice Test. Which of the following descriptions define a set? Do they all look like sets to you?
No.
What makes it a set in mathematics?
If it's defined.
It's clearly defined, where we would all pick the same one. Which one is clearly defined? Natural numbers greater than 5. Would we pick that one? And what else? Natural numbers less than 1. And students with math SAT scores over 400. Now, on the test, there will only be one correct answer, not 3. Question 2. List the elements of the set. Can you read that? The set of all x's such that x is a counting number between 2 and 10. How do you count things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you want the counting numbers between what?
2 and 10.
So that would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now watch, if they changed one word, what if it would have said, list the elements of the set, and then it would have said x such that x is a counting number between 2 and 10 inclusive. If they put the word inclusive there, what would be the correct answer? It would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but you would also include what? 2 and 10. Make a note of that. That word, if it says inclusive, that means you include the 2 that are mentioned there. You include the 2 and the 10. If it just says between, then you don't include the 2 and the 10. Number 3, describe the following set verbally and in set builder notation. What would it be verbally? Let's just do it verbally. What would it be verbally?
Vowels.
The vowels in the English alphabet. What would be the second one verbally? Even counting numbers. Now you could say even counting numbers between 2 and 8 inclusive. Number 4, list all the proper subsets of the set dollar, cent, and percent. Okay, how many subsets will that set have? Number 4. dollar, cent, and percent. How many subsets will it have? 2 to the what power? To the third power, which is 8. But if it said proper subsets, then it would be 7. Everybody follow that? So now you know, if the question on the test says proper subsets, you'll list all 8 of them. And which one do you mark out for proper subsets? Which one is not proper? The one with all of them in it. But if the test says list the subsets, then that means you'll list all 8 of them. You got that? You writing yourself some notes? Because I've looked at the test. I know what's on it. So I'm trying to give you helpful information. Number 5, complete the following definitions by filling in the blank with, and you have 2 choices, this symbol or this symbol. What does this first symbol mean? Is an element of. What does this symbol mean? Is not an element of. So 5A. A union B, the union of A and B. If I put them together, isn't that everything? Right? To unite A and B means I put both of them together. Now, how would I describe, with that set builder notation, the marks I've put in here? That X, such that X is an element of A or not an element of A? Where did I make these lines? Did I make them in A? So X is an element of A, or what else? X is an element of B. What is or?
It is the union.
Union, right? What is and? Intersection. You better bring that information with you. So look at 5B, the intersection. A intersect B complement. So I draw 2 pictures, A and B. Put a universe around them. And I take A, and then I, change colors, and do, this is B, so everything out here would be the complement of B, right? Everything in the universe that's not in B. Now, where do these 2 intersect? Where the black lines and the green lines overlap, which would be this area. Right there. Everybody follow that?
Yeah.
Everybody see what I'm doing with this picture? So now, how do I read that for 5B? A intersect B prime is X such that X is an element or not an element?
Where is X?
X is what? An element of A, right? And what else? X is not an element of B. Everybody follow that? Now, do you see where you can't really answer? Do you understand? You can't really answer the question until you draw a picture. So you'll need to draw pictures when you're taking the test to be able to answer the questions. Okay, I think we've done enough of those. Let's go to number 6. If you need some help with some more of them, stay after class and I'll help walk you through it before chapel starts. At 11 o'clock we have to leave because they come in here for chapel today, but I can help you from once class ends till they get here. Number 6. Oops, I don't want that anymore. Where's my button? Is that it? You, the universe, is what? Ace, king, queen, jack. Here's A. Here's B. The universe is ace, king, queen, jack. But what does it say? A has ace, king, and queen in it, doesn't it? So I erase them up here. And what else does it say? B has king and queen. B has king and queen. Yeah, but see, I've got king and queen here, and king and queen here. So I need to draw another picture. And what goes in here? King and queen. Everybody follow that? Because it's in both A and B. Draw my universe around the outside. Okay, so ace has king and queen, but it also has ace in it. So I put A out here. Everybody follow that? Because set A has ace, king, ace, queen, and jack. Oh, wait a minute. A has ace, queen, and jack. Where did I get ace, king, and queen?
The universe.
Now, I don't know what I did. Let me erase that and fix it. We're doing 6, right? Yeah, 6. A is ace, queen, and jack. Ace, queen, and jack. So what does that leave out here? King. Except B is king and queen. So that takes king out of here and puts it inside there. Okay? So now I'm down here with ace. See where queen's in both of them? Change colors again. See where queen's in both of them? So I put queen here. And then ace and jack are out here. And then B, I have queen here and king here. Ace, king, queen, jack. So that takes all 4 of them. So there's nothing out here in the universe that's not in one of these sets. So out here in the universe, there's just empty set. Now, find the following. 6A. What's the intersection of A and B? Where do A and B intersect? Queen. Six A. Wait a minute, what am I looking at? I was looking at 7. Pardon me, I'm jumping down there. 6A. What's the complement of A? What's everything in the universe that's not in A? Here's A, king and queen. Everybody see that? No, king and nothing. That's empty set. Let's take that out of there. Just king. Everything in the universe that's not in A, ace, jack, queen, that would be king. B, what's 6B? A, union B, and then the complement of that. Now, what's the union of A and B? That's putting those together, right? Everybody agree? Union is putting them both together. Then what's the complement of putting them both together? What's everything in the universe outside of this union? Empty set. Everybody follow that one? C, let's move it up a little bit. Well, how come it moves sometimes and sometimes it doesn't? I don't know. C, A, intersect B. Where do A and B intersect? Queen. Okay? Number 7. If in addition to the sets in problem 6, C is ace jack, if I come down here and make another picture, A and B and C, and what is C? Ace and jack. And what is A? Ace, queen, jack. And what is B? King and queen. So queen goes here, right? And jack goes here, right?
And the ace and jack, right?
And ace goes here too, doesn't it? Everybody follow that? So I've got my picture here where ace has ace, jack, queen in it. B has king and queen. And C has ace and jack. Everybody see why I've put the stuff where I have in the picture? So now let's answer some questions. 7A. A intersect B, parentheses. Where does A intersect B? That's queen, isn't it? Everybody follow that? And where does that union with C? What's C?
Ace and jack.
Ace and jack. So if I unite those two, what do I get for an answer?
Ace, queen, jack.
Everybody follow that? Good. Let's do 7B. A prime, union C, intersect with B. What's A prime? Everything in the universe that's outside of A. What would that be? Everything outside of A? That would be king, wouldn't it? What's C?
Ace and jack.
Ace, jack. What's the union of those two?
King, ace, jack.
Ace, jack, king. Everybody agree? Everybody follow that? What's in set B? Look at set B. Here's set B. What's in set B? King and queen. Now, where Where does king and queen intersect with these? The set king and queen intersects with ace, jack, king where? King. Everybody follow that? You just have to draw these pictures and walk through what they're telling you. And if you use colored pencils, it'll help you when you come in here to take the test. I think we're ready to do number 8. We don't want that color. That's no fun. Draw a pair of Venn diagrams to show that A minus B. So here's A, here's B. If I have A minus B, that means I take A and subtract what from it? B where it overlaps. So that leaves me with this right here. Everybody follow that? This represents A minus B. Take A and everything in B that overlaps with A, you take it away. So now what's the next one? A intersect the complement of B. Okay, let's draw the two circles again. A and B. Let's put a universe around it. The complement of B is everything outside of here, right? That's this, the complement of B. And A would be everything in A. Now, where do these intersect? Where do these intersect? Let's make that green. Whoops, that's not green. Green, that's what I want. Okay? Where do those intersect? Where the black lines and the red lines overlap. So there it is right there. Does that look just like this shaded region over in the first picture? So we have shown that those two are equal because they end up with the same shaded region. Why didn't you color in that little spot? Because it's in A, but it's not in the complement of B. It has to be outside of B. Okay. Number, I wonder why that thing doesn't want to scroll up. Number 9. I don't know why it doesn't want to scroll up. Draw a Venn diagram to illustrate the set A intersect B intersect C complement. So that means guess I'm not pushing it hard enough. That's what it is. Okay. I need A and B and C. And I need a universe around the outside. So where's A? Everything right here. You follow me? Where does that intersect with B? That would be right here, wouldn't it? Everybody follow that? That's where A intersects B. And where does that intersect with the complement of C? What's the complement of C? Everything in the universe outside of C. Now, where does this red area I shaded in intersect with the green area? Right here, in this area, right here. Everybody follow that? Everybody see that? Now on the test, when it asks this question, it'll have like 4 pictures and you have to pick which one it is. And you won't know which one to pick till you sit here and do this work. And if you do this work and the picture doesn't, none of the pictures match what you have, what are you going to do? Check none of the above? It just happens that if you do that, you missed it. Go back and work it again and figure out where you made your mistake, because none of the above is never the correct answer on this second test. Doesn't that help to know that? So that way, if you think none of the above is the answer, it's like, no, it's not the answer. I've made a mistake. I have to go find my mistake. Number 10. Find the set of numbered regions in the diagram at the left that represent the following. Pin A, union B, intersect the complement of C. Okay, here's A, here's B, here's C. The union of A and B would be all of this. And where does that intersect? Where does that intersect with the complement of C? The complement of C is everything out here. Where do the red lines and the black lines intersect? Intersect would be, here's where I have red lines and black lines. No, it isn't. I have them over here too. Sorry about that. Whoops, don't do that. Go back to black. A and B and C. The union is all of this. And the complement of C is all of the red. And the intersection where the red and the black lines, let's go to red again, put some more lines in here. Where the red and the black lines, let's go back to green, that would be all of this right here. Wouldn't it? Red and black, red and black. Red and black, red and black, red and black. Everybody see that? All of this area right here. So then once you get through doing that, then you look at the choices on the test and say, which one looks like that? Number. Yes?
Are we supposed to use the regions right here? Like, would our answer not be?
Oh, that's right.
1, 2, 5?
Thank you. Find the set of numbered regions. So what numbered regions are where I have it painted green?
1, 2, 5.
1. And what?
2 and 5.
And 5. And 2. Thank you. I got my picture and didn't go far enough with it. So once I get my picture, I look to say what numbered regions are in that shape right there. 1, 2, and 5. Okay. Let's go to 11. Use the numbered regions to verify that A intersect B union C equals A union C intersect B union C. So what's A intersect B? What are the numbers for A intersect B?
5 and 7.
5 and 7. Everybody agree? 5 and 7. And if I unite that with C, what are the numbered regions in C? 3, 4, 6, 7. And what's the union of those? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's come over here. Does that equal A union C intersect B union C? What's the union of A and C? If you put A and C together, what's the union?
1, 5, 7, 4, 2, 6.
1, 5, 7, 4. And what else? 3 and 6. Is that right? 1, 5, 7, 4, 3, 6. A and C. What's the union of B and C? 2, 5, 7, 6, 4, 3. What's the intersection of those two sets? Not 1, but 5 is in there. Check them off. 7's in there. 4 is in there. 3 is in there. 6 is in there. Does this set and this set over here match? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Number 12. Use the numbered regions. Use the numbered regions in the diagram of problem 10 to verify that A intersect B complement equals A complement union B complement. Okay, what's the intersection of A and B in that picture? 5 and 7. Agreed? What's the complement of that? Everything in the universe other than 5 and 7? So the complement would be everything but 5 and 7? 1, 4, 2, 6, 3, and 8. Everybody follow that? Now, what's the complement of A? Everything in the universe outside of A, what would that be? 2, 6, 3, 8. Everybody agree? What's the complement of B? Everything in the universe, just put your thumb over B and what's left? 1, 4, 3, 8. Now, what's it mean to unite those? Put them together. So that means I'm going to have 1, 2, 6, 4, 3, and 8. Do these two match? Good. Question number 13. Refer to the diagram in problem 10 and determine which of the following. So I have to come down here for number 13. And write down 13A, B minus A union C. And I turn back to the picture on the previous page. And I go, what's in B? What are the number regions in B? 2, 5, 7, 6. Everybody follow that? Now, what are the numbered regions in the union of A and C? If I put A and C together, what do I get? 1, 5, 7, 4, 3, 6. Isn't that right? Now, what does it mean to subtract this from this? Is there a 1 over here to take away? So I just forget it. Is there a 5? So I take out the 5. Is there a 7? So I take out the 7. Is there a 6? So I take out the 6. Is there a 3 or a 4? No, so I just ignore them. You follow me? So now what's the answer to B minus A union C? Empty set. Isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. That's not right. I forgot about that little 2 hanging up there. See it? 2. Region 2. All right. Is that region 5, 6, and 7? No. See what it says for 13? I'm looking for region 5, 6, and 7. So what are you going to do with those 4 choices? You're going to work all 4 of them to see which one gives you the answer, 5, 6, and 7. Number 14. Refer to the diagram and determine which of the following sets, if any, represent regions 6 and 7. Okay, what's the answer to that question? Look at page 103 and it tells you the answer. What's the answer? None of these. So save yourself the grief, because will none of these be an answer on the test? But look what the guy did who wrote this. He put a question on the practice test where none of these is the correct answer. So if someone doesn't watch the video and remember what I just said, that none of these is never a correct answer on this exam, they will be tempted to circle none of these on some of the questions because he did it on the practice test. You understand how the people who make up math tests are really messing with you? They do it all over the world. Don't you wish you would have known this stuff before you took your math test to go to college? Realize that you know more math than the test shows because they were messing with you and you didn't know they were doing it and you didn't know how to figure out where they were messing with you. Number 15, U is the universe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and A is 1, 3, 5, 7, and B is 2, 4, 6, 8, and C is 1, 4, 5, 8. So now I'm going to fill in the blank for number 15. Well, let's get back to the regular color again. Number 15. I'm going to fill in the blank for 15A with, what are my 2 choices? Equal or does not equal. Those are my 2 choices. Now, the number of elements, 15A, the number of elements in A union B. Nope, copied it down wrong. That'll mess you up in a hurry, won't it? 15A says what? The number of elements in A union C. Now, what are the elements in A? 1, 3, 5, 7. What are the elements in in C? 1, 4, 5, 8. What happens if I unite them? 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Everybody follow that? That's my answer. But what does this mean? So how many elements in this answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're not asking you to give the union, they're asking you to give the number of elements in the union. So once you find the answer, you count to see how many elements are in that set. Remember, that's what that little N out in front of it means? Write yourself a note. So what do I put for 15A? The number of elements in A union C equals 6. Do I put equals or does not equal? I put equals. Okay. Number 16. The number of elements in A is 25. The number of elements in B is 35. Find the number of elements in A union B if what? What's 16A? If A intersect B equals empty set. So here's A and here's B and they don't intersect, right? So how many elements in A? 25. How many elements in B? I'll put this little N up here. The number of elements in A is 25. The number of elements in B is what? 35. So the number of elements in the if that's the condition, what's the number of elements in, where did it go? A union B. And that's what we're trying to find. So if I put A and B together, what do I get? 60. Okay? 16B. What if 16B, what if the number of elements in A intersect B equals 5? Well, see that picture up there? So now I draw my pictures like this where the two intersect. Here's A, here's B, and what's in the intersection? 5 elements. If there are 5 elements in the intersection, then how many are left outside here? 20. And if there are 5 elements in the intersection and 35 in B, how many are left out here? 30. And what am I supposed to find? A union B. The number of elements in A union B. If I put A and B together, how many elements are there? 20 plus 5 plus 30. Everybody see that? So what do you get for an answer?
Are you
Oh, B. No, that's right. I'm looking for the union. Find the union. So what's the answer? 55. Everybody follow that? I count the 20, I count the 5 where they overlap, and I count the 30. Number 17. Let the number of elements in A is 15. The number of elements in B is 25. The number of elements in the union of A and B is what? 35. Here's A. Here's B. How many elements in A?
15.
If I put 15 out here, and B, I put 25 out here, what does that add up to? What's 15 plus 25? 40. But it says the number of elements in A union B is 35. So I have how many too many? Minus 35. What's that give me?
5.
So guess what goes here? Right in the middle. Now if I put 5 in the middle, then that changes this 15 to what? 10. And that changes this 25 to... And now, what's 10 plus 5 plus 20? 35. So now what do they want to know? Find the number of elements. Find the number of elements in A intersect B. What's the answer? Where do the two intersect? 5. Okay, let's look at number 18. Nobody asked for you to pop up here. Number 18. In the diagram at the left, the rectangular region represents the universe. The circular regions represent the subsets A and B of the universe. Find an expression for the shaded region in the diagram. Now see, there could be a number of ways you could say it, but the test is going to show 4 or 5 choices, and you have to pick one, which one represents that shaded region. And, okay, so the first thing you say, you look at it and say, well, it looks like it's B, but it's not all of B. It's B with what taken away? With the stuff in A. So what would that be? B minus A. You see how straightforward that can be? The shaded region is the set B minus the stuff in A. Number 19. $200 students and what do we have here? French, German, and Spanish. Where do we start reading this stuff? So go to number 19, and what's the last thing it tells you?
So we are taking the language.
What's the last thing it tells you?
Those students are taking all 3.
Number 19?
70 are taking
no. Nobody's taken all 3. So you have 0 in here, don't you? Or you can just leave it empty. Either way. Nobody's taken all 3. What's the next thing it says up above that? 70 people are out here who aren't taking any of the languages. Do you see that? What's the next? Now, keep going backwards and checking them off as you go. What's the next thing? What's the next thing it says? I know it's hard reading backwards, but go ahead and do it. Because if you don't learn to do this, you'll mess up on the test.
15 are taking German and Spanish.
So here's German and Spanish, and I have 15 people here because I had 0 right there. Agreed? So I have 15 people here. Back up. What's the next thing it says?
30 are taking French and Spanish.
So right here I have 30. And then back up. What's the next thing it says?
10 are taking French and German.
10 are taking French and German. See how I'm filling this in? Now's where it starts to get tricky. Back it up. What's the next thing it says?
75 are taking Spanish.
So I have 75 taking Spanish, but if I put 75 there, I'm messed up, aren't I? Because I already have how many of the 75 represented? So what do I put in instead of 75? 30. 30 are just taking Spanish. And 30 more are taking Spanish and French, and 15 are taking Spanish and German, and that means 75 people are taking Spanish. You follow that? Now did you check that one off so you're not getting lost here? Back up. What's the next one say?
40 are taking.
So it said 40 are taking German, but see, as soon as I write it there, I mark it out because I know that can't be right, can it? Because if I put 40 here, that would be 40, 50, 65. And if only 40 are taking German, and I already have 10, 25 of them, what's left? 15 are just taking German and nothing else. Does that add up? 15, 15, and 10 add up to 40? Then we're back to the first statement. How many are taking French? 70. But I don't put 70 there because I already have 40, so I put 30 here. Now I've done all this work so I can answer the question. What question? How many people are taking 2 languages? 2 languages. 10 and 30 and 15. Agreed? What would that be? 55. What's the next question? How many are taking Spanish and no other language? Spanish and nothing else. What is that? 30. What's the next question? How many are taking Spanish and not French? What color is that? Spanish and not French. So I've got 75 people taking Spanish, but I want the ones who aren't taking French, so that leaves 30 and 15, right? Which would be 45. I don't know why that's so hard to write. I was looking for blue. Yeah, let's put blue around there. And that's 45. And number 20 is the same kind of problem. Oh, no it isn't. That's not fair. Number 20, they've already made the picture for you. That's disgusting. I mean, isn't it more fun making your own picture? You say, I'm glad because my brain's just about fried. It would be nice that they give me a break. So let's look at number 20. This is the last question on the test, by the way. This is the last question on your practice test. A survey of people to determine who regularly buys products A, B, and C is shown in the diagram at the left. How many people were surveyed? What would you do? Add all the numbers together. 10 and 5, 15, and 15 is 30, and 4 and 3 is 37, and 8 and 2 is 47. Looks like 47 people, is that right? 20A? I know what I'm doing. Did I do it right? Ah, we added it right. See how you can make a mistake in addition. 20B, how many buy product A but not B? How many buy product A? Product A. Look at circle A. How many people buy product A? 10, 5, 4, and 2, right? So that would be 15, and 6 would be 21. But not B. How many people buy A if you take away the people who buy B? What's left? Put your finger over the B part because you're taking it away, and what's left? 10 and 2, which adds up to 12. Number C, how many people buy B or C but not A? B or C. Okay, watch what I do. I put my finger over A because I'm taking that one away, and then I say B or C. And what does or mean? Intersection or union? Union. So if I put B and C together with A taken away, what are the numbers there? 15, 3, and 8. So what would that be? 18 and 8 would be 26. And then how many buy products? How many buy products B and C, but not A? Oh, both. How many buy both B and C? Okay, how many people buy both B and C? 4 and 3. But if I put my finger over A and take it away, what's left? 3. See how you want to touch this stuff with your hands and cover things up so you understand what's going on? Because if you just look at it in your head, it all starts running together and gets confusing. And that's where you stop for the test. And if you're having trouble with something, then all you have to do is stay after, and I can help you until they start chapel at 11 o'clock. We'll just put that screen up and go to work.